Hello, Garry families. Welcome to this week's episode of the Garry 5, where we bring our Garry home to your home. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So we are starting back strong and giving you the next part of our cell phone series. So we've been linking this, and it will be in the description below, this research study, which is the Constant Companion, and we've kind of dived deep into some of that. So coming out of the break, we really wanted to talk about this again and some of the ways that it's impacting our students. We learned about this Garry schoolwork expectations. We went into some of the concerning data with passing grades and students just not doing their work. So we wanted to link that all together and have Dr. Watson with us again today to bring us the next part in our cell phone series.
Thanks, Devney. Devney and I just looked on the computer just a few minutes ago to check our Q2 passing rate. So Q2, which just started about 2 weeks ago. And unfortunately, only 25% of our students are passing all classes. That is, again, pretty shocking. And what we're finding, and even talking with kids, they'll flat out tell you, it's a lot more fun to play video games and be on your cell phone and watch YouTube videos and look at social media. That's a lot more fun than doing schoolwork. Families, our kids are at risk right now of all of this social media, of not learning. And it's not unusual for when the new quarter starts for the kids to feel like, oh, I don't have to worry about second quarter for another month for passing. And so we all have to gather together and say, no, you should be passing your classes at all times in the quarter. Now, Devney, I want to talk with families a little bit more about how cell phone use relates to sleep and sleeping habits. So families, there's a pretty staggering quote from Constant Companion, and I've got it written down here, and let's just consider this for a moment. Almost 60% of participants or students used their smartphone during school night hours, Monday through Friday, from midnight until 5 a.m. Midnight until 5 a.m. It's hard enough that this research study will tell you how much when kids go home, they're not doing their homework when they go home. Too many of them are on their little phones and all of their devices. Hence is the reason why we only have 25% of our kids passing all of their classes. They're not learning, and they're putting their big, beautiful future at jeopardy. And they're making it harder for high school. Families, we all need to get together to decrease the use of cell phones during the school day, and we're working really hard on that here at Garry, of monitoring that, and also finding fun activities for kids to do that don't require technology. We're pushing face-to-face interaction. And of course, we're trying to get kids to do their schoolwork. And this was the reason for the schoolwork expectations poster that was in our one of our last videos that Devney and I did. And this was talking about something every student can do, which is complete their schoolwork 100% to the best of their ability. So, but isn't this shocking? In the middle of the night, when we think the kids are sleeping, families, there's too many kids who are being tempted to text their friends, to look at social media, to watch YouTube videos. And we have a suggestion for you. We suggest that a new habit in your home be this: that when your child is going to bed, that you say, child of mine, let me have your cell phone. I'm going to keep it with me until the morning. Yes, parents, we're actually encouraging you to take your child's cell phone. If they have a fit, that means they're probably using it at night when they're supposed to be sleeping. If they're not doing this right here, then they won't even matter. And they'll go, yeah, sure, I don't use my cell phone at night anyways. Here you go, Mom. Here you go, Dad. Here you go, Grandma. Here you go, Grandpa. Then you take their cell phones. These are middle school kids, 11, 12, 13 years old. They're seeing adult content that they shouldn't be seeing, and they're creating habits that are hard for them to undo. What do you do, Devney, with your family?
Well, in my kids' bedrooms, they are not allowed to have any screens or technology. They do have a radio, but that is it, because we understand the importance of sleep. As a matter of fact, studies show that our teenagers, especially in middle school, need a significant amount of sleep as their brains are developing, as their bodies are growing. And so for us, we really focus on that sleep. My middle schoolers actually get about 10 hours of sleep a night because we know in order to come to school, in order to function their best, they need good sleep. And so we don't allow technology in the bedroom, and we want them to learn not to use it that way and sleep during sleep hours.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. We know this is heavy content, but we believe in your students' big, beautiful futures, and we would love to help them get there. So thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Garry 5, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.